Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey Kiana, how's it going?
I'm starving. I've had the longest day.
Oh my goodness. Well, what are you feeling like eating today?
Well, anything without nuts. You know, I'm allergic to nuts.
Okay.
Really hungry though, so like lots of food.
Alright, well I've been trying to cut back on my dairy lately.
I kind of cut out all of my meat, so I'm just kind of eating fish and veggies right now.
You know what I've been reading about in this book? It's something called the Mediterranean diet. Focuses on flavors from the region.
That sounds cool. I think, fish is included, right?
Yeah, olive oil, oregano,
Parsley, lemon,
rosemary.
What kind of fish are we feeling?
maybe salmon. I think it has a lot of omega-3s and healthy fats.
Sounds yummy.
I love salmon.
What should our vegetable be?
What about, let's skip that. Do we want pasta?
I do love pasta.
I love pasta too, but you know, my book has also been saying that whole grains are better, so we can go with something like brown rice.
Sounds good to me.
Carbs, as long as I have carbs.
Yeah.
Right? So, vegetables, they're good for you.
Do some colorful for our plate.
I like, what do you guys think about broccoli?
I enjoy broccoli.
It's a little crunchy.
I think that asparagus pairs really well with salmon.
Okay, I can do that.
Lovely.
That might go well with the citrus notes too, from the lemon.
Very true.
Awesome.
Yay!
That's good.
We decided to make our own hummus as a side dish because of economical, health, and environmental benefits. Buying a can of beans and a jar of tahini is much cheaper than buying pre-made hummus. It tends to be healthier because it's fresh and lacks preservatives and hydrogenated oils that most pre-made jars of hummus tend to contain. Garbanzo beans are also helpful in controlling blood sugar levels and aid weight loss. Tahini itself is a great source of calcium and is rich in phosphorus, lecithin, magnesium, potassium, iron, and vitamins B. In the frozen aisle, we choose salmon as our main protein source because of the omega-3s, potassium, selenium, B vitamins, and the antioxidants.
We chose brown rice for our carbohydrates portion of dinner. We chose brown instead of white for flavor, mouthfeel, and the whole grain. The other benefits of choosing brown rice include energy, cholesterol levels, and anti-inflammatory properties, and weight management.
We also chose a red and orange bell pepper because they both offer unique nutrients to the meal. Red bell peppers contain 200% on the daily vitamin C intake. They are also high in antioxidants, vitamin B6, and help with night vision. Orange bell peppers have 2 grams of fiber and are also high in antioxidants and vitamin B6.
When looking at produce, it's not always important to choose the prettiest looking one. Although not so aesthetically pleasing, we choose the scarred lemon because of its fragrant rind and vibrant color. Picking the uglier fruits can help reduce food waste, as much of the unchosen produce gets discarded at the end of the day. Lemon is useful in our recipe for added flavor.
When cooking with fats and oils, it is important to pick the best suited type. Basic canola oil works well because of its mild flavor, but we can reduce saturated fat and complement our Mediterranean palate with extra virgin olive oil. Its unique flavor and high smoke point work well. If a recipe calls for butter, only try substituting half with oil to reduce the saturated fat content. Use a ratio of 1 cup of solid fat to 12 tablespoons of oil.
Because we made the decision to cut out dairy, we tried to focus on incorporating green veggies into the meal, which are typically high in calcium, although less so than milk. We choose asparagus because it complements the salmon well. For added calcium, mixed greens like kale and spinach will be added to the rice.
Fresh herb sprigs such as rosemary serve as quick and easy garnishes for our poultry.
Red wine is considered a part of the Mediterranean diet because of its antioxidant benefits. The antioxidants and resveratrol help promote a healthy heart and arteries.
Measuring cups are important in controlling ingredient amount. They help us to strictly follow a recipe.
Good quality knives that feel good in your hand are important. We use a cutting board to protect the counter and to prevent dulling knives.
Oven baking ensures even distribution of heat throughout the protein. We used a stovetop steamer that consists of a lower chamber with water and an upper slotted chamber for the food. A non-stick baking sheet lined with tinfoil helps to cut down cleaning time and lock in protein moisture. For the rice, we utilized a rice cooker. The compact heating space saves energy and quickens the cooking time. We also utilized a blender for creating smooth consistency for hummus. Many people use the term herb and spice synonymously, but herbs usually consist of plants grown in temperate climates, and spices tend to be dried bark, leaves, seeds, or fruit from tropical regions. It's important to store spices in a cool, dry place in airtight containers to preserve flavors. It helps to buy only what you need in small amounts. Start with adding sparingly because it can easily overpower foods and confuse taste buds. You can always add more, but you can't take away.
With home-cooked meals, we have the power to control the nutrition and safety of the meal, ingredients, their nutrient quality, caloric content, visual appeal, flavors, and more. There are many reasons to cook at home, including 1. It makes it healthy, economical, time-saving, and can serve as a bonding and teaching experience amongst family and friends. Preparation saves time and helps ensure a flavorful and successful meal. Get the ingredients ready, perhaps wash, chop, and slice them. If you decide to make over a recipe, know your goals. In our case, we decided to replace the typical pita bread with bell pepper slices. When you change the ingredients of a recipe, you might be able to reduce saturated fats, reduce added sugars, add fiber, and add more vegetables. Another great reason to consider healthier alternatives to recipes is to determine whether a healthier option matches the original ingredient's function. In our case, bell peppers provided the perfect dipping and crunching mechanism to go alongside our homemade hummus. Other examples of modifying recipes include reducing portion size, eliminating unhealthy additives like extra butter.
A handy-dandy tool to have is a can opener. It helps prevent cutting your hand open while opening a can.
Draining canned goods is important and can reduce sodium levels. Rinsing can take away some of the nutrients, so just a quick strain is necessary.
The first step in creating our hummus was adding the drained garbanzo beans into a blender.
In a blender, we combine 2 tablespoons olive oil, a 1/4 cup lemon juice, a 1/4 cup tahini, 1 tablespoon of garlic, and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin.
To serve our hummus in an aesthetically pleasing manner, we added a dash of paprika. Paprika not only enhanced its flavor, but provided more antioxidants, such as vitamin A and vitamin B6. It is important to note that although we chose to chop our asparagus, there are other food prep skills to know. Other methods of cutting vegetables include cubing, dicing, grating, mincing, zesting, and slicing. To cook our asparagus, we chose to steam the vegetable, as doing so enhances the vegetable's natural juices and robust flavor. The first step of steaming vegetables is bringing a pot of water to a boil. During steaming, there is no need to add salt, because it will only slightly raise the boiling point. To reduce waste, it is recommended that one freezes unused vegetable pieces to make vegetable broth at a later time. We chose to bake our salmon and wrap it in aluminum foil with lemon to keep it juicy and flavorful. When considering adding salt and pepper, it's important to consider the American Heart Association's guidelines in cutting back on sodium. High intake is linked to high blood pressure, but adding more can help enhance flavors like bitterness or sweetness. To see how much salt you normally use, place saran wrap over a plate and follow your muscle memory. We are so conditioned to reach for salt, so try and taste the meal before adding. Adding less salt during cooking time and more afterwards on the surface will make the flavor more prominent. Proper food handling and storage can build and preserve food's natural flavors without relying on much fat, salt, or added sugars, and also keep nutrient loss to a minimum. One way to do this is storing foods properly. Poor storage destroys flavor and quality. Another way is to prepare foods in ways that retain and enhance their flavor, color, and texture, as well as nutrients. Cooking cannot improve foods that have passed their peak quality. Overcooking destroys flavor and nutrients. Like a well-decorated room or a beautifully landscaped garden, an appealing meal follows basic principles of design. In fact, the more variety, the more satisfying the eating experience. We chose a sparkling red wine to provide not only the amazing benefits that come with red wine, but also to satisfy our sweet tooth. The carbonation and bubbles create mouthfeel and make a satisfying end to a great meal. The alcohol also helped with camaraderie. For more information on cooking for flavor and health, check out the Complete Food and Nutrition Guide.